Hey guys, this is Roger Daviston, personal development coach. I help people grow at different levels, sometimes spiritually, sometimes at a level of identity, sometimes at a level of core values, belief systems, and skills. And it's your responsibility to grow personally. And if you need help growing and becoming more, please get in touch with me. I'd love to talk to you and see how I can help you. But in today's video, we're going to talk about identity. Identity is a deep level of where growth can occur, and I want to talk to you about how your identity can affect your role. So stand by. So, how does identity affect your role behavior in your life? Well, you are going to perform at a level consistent with how you see yourself conceptually. And you won't perform too far above that, and you won't perform too far below that. So, you'll always adjust to how you see yourself conceptually. Let me give you an example. I was a very competitive golfer when I was in high school, and I always finished in the top 2 or 3 in the state. And when I got to the college level, I was in a golf tournament and was a prospect for being recruited for universities. And I played in a golf tournament, and there were college scouts riding around in golf carts watching me play golf. I played the first hole and I made a birdie, 1 under par. The second hole, I made a birdie, 2 under par. And the third hole I made a birdie, and now I'm 3 under after 3 holes, and that's really good. But I had a really big problem. I had never been there before. That was the first time in my life I had ever been there. And when you get to that level in golf, it becomes more mental than it does physical. I had the skills, but I didn't have the identity that supported 3 under par after 3 holes. Now, I might have had the identity that supported 3 under par after maybe 17 holes, but not after 3 holes, because my goodness, 3 under after 3, dadgum, if I can keep this going, I might shoot a course record or something. And I had never been there, and that was way beyond how I saw myself conceptually. So at an unconscious level, I began to adjust to go back to my identity. So my score just kind of came apart. I don't know, I didn't really play that good that day because I hadn't really grown at a level of identity. So you're going to perform at a level consistent with your identity. Now let's look at the flip side of that. I guess I was in my 30s. I didn't play golf much anymore, but I was still really good. And I went with some buddies on a trip, and mostly we just partied. I don't party anymore, just being honest. We didn't play golf, we just stayed out and had fun. But we did play golf, but if you stay out and you don't sleep late, if you don't get good sleep, you're not gonna play golf very well. And they just kind of laughed at me, said, you can't play golf anymore. And we had that conversation. I said, I can, yes I can, and I'm gonna show you tomorrow. And we put some money on the table, and I bet some guys that I could shoot par the next day, and I was shooting like 90 something, 18 over par. They laughed, we put a wager, placed bets. Well, I went to bed about 8 o'clock, I got up at 6, I went and had a good breakfast. I went to the driving range, I practiced, I putted, and I shot about par and won the bet. But here's what happened. When you perform at a level outside of your identity, you kind of have this thought, well, I'm pretty good, but I'm not this good. And you adjust down. Well, the same thing happens when it gets pretty bad. You go, well, I'm pretty bad, but I ain't this bad. So you're always going to adjust. So the key is, how do you see yourself conceptually? Because you're going to perform at a level consistent of that, so you got to raise that level. And your identity, if you go back and listen to the other video, is not your role. Your identity is your spirit, your body, and your soul is your mind, your will, and your emotions. So I gotta I got to do some growing in my mind, how I think about myself conceptually. And I got to understand I am a 10 spiritually, and I have a responsibility to grow in my level of identity where I see myself. So listen, I hope this video helped you. Stay tuned. I'm going to do one more about identity. Be sure you watch it, because I'm going to do another video about how technicians' identity really limited their behavior. Thank you and God bless.